XRP, cold wallet storage, circulating supply, and more. Hey guys, it's Craig with Azuki Play Metals here. And I was on Grok yesterday asking some questions, and I went down a little bit of rabbit hole, but I wanted to share some things that I found out. And just, since you guys are probably XRP hodlers, if you've seen this headline, maybe you're watching it, right? And you want to know. But it's very interesting. I learned about the percentage of cold wallets that's out there, and then I kind of compared that to Bitcoin too. So we'll get into that. But basically, I got my X account pulled up here, and yesterday I was on here just chipping around, right, asking. I mean, I'm not a professional advisor. Nothing I do is professional advice. I'm just a person, right, that owns some XRP, some different cryptos, Bitcoin, of course, I own that too. But I wanted to know what the available supply of XRP for purchase was. I was trying to get out for purchase. And of course, it spit out the generic metric for me that there are 60.33 billion XRP. And basically, it's saying that metric is, what's not in escrow, what's on the blockchain, right, active. So I was trying to get more specific. And I'm like, no, but what's available for purchase? And it breaks down the same thing: 60.33 billion, 100 billion tokens out of the total supply. There'll never be more than that. And it's explaining to you the other 39.67 billion are primarily held in timed escrow accounts controlled by Ripple. Okay. So I went on down more, and I'm like, basically, if I had the money, could I buy all the XRP, right? If I was Elon Musk and I had this 140 to 150 billion to spend, could I buy the XRP? And it's just basically saying, yeah, in theory, you could do that. But it starts to get tough, right? Because liquidity is spread across multiple exchanges, different trading pairs. And then the minute you start to do that, right, the price is going to go up. Or, as we've seen in the past, exchanges would almost certainly freeze withdrawals and or halt trading if a single entity started vacuuming up the float at that scale. Okay. So real world precedent when large players have tried to accumulate aggressively, like during the 2021 bull run, even buying a few 100 million XRP moved the price 20 to 50% in mere hours. So buying tens of billions would be impossible without the price going parabolic. I thought that was pretty crazy and interesting, which makes sense, by the way, but it's still neat to see it. Bottom line, yes, the circulating supply is technically for sale, but no one, not even a nation state or the largest hedge funds, could realistically buy more than a single digit percentage of it without the price increasing in orders of magnitude, right? So just basically going exponentially, just growth. So then I basically got into my XRPs in a cold storage wallet, right? It's locked away. How many people are that? Don't that take away from the circulating supply? And then basically Grok says, you're absolutely right. That's a spot on observation and a key nuance in the crypto markets, including XRP. The circulating supply metric, which is currently 60.33 billion XRP, is designed to represent tokens that have been distributed outside of Ripple's direct control, like escrow. But it doesn't distinguish between what's actively available for trading, liquid supply, and what's locked away by holders like you or us in cold storage, or long-term hodler positions. So this makes it tricky to pinpoint the true for sale supply at any given time. So let's break it down further, and Grok's going to give us some data and context, okay? So why the circulating supply isn't the same as available for sale? Definition recap: circulating supply counts all XRP that's been released from Ripple's escrow, so it's out there, right? It's on the blockchain. Even the ones that are in our wallets are not technically in our wallets, are on the blockchain, right? But we're not selling them, so it's illiquid. The liquid portions analysis, like those from Masari and on-chain trackers, estimate that 20 to 46% of circulating XRP could be illiquid or restricted. This includes cold storage and hodling. So recent data shows 20 to 30% of the circulating XRP, roughly 12 to 18 billion tokens, is in individual or institutional cold wallets, often for very long hodling. Okay, so exchange reserves have dropped sharply. 1.3 billion XRP in late 2025 have been pulled off the exchanges as whales and investors pull to self-custody, signaling low selling point. And then we got to think about the lost or dormant coins. So it's breaking it down 600 million to 1.2 billion XRP. The keys are gone. People's lost it. It's gone forever. So there's another billion out of the supply market just gone. Okay, so unfortunately for some sad people there, that's true. Restricted holdings, founders, affiliate tokens, and like from Ripple founders, Chris Larson and or Jed McCaleb, right? They've got selling limits, okay? Plus exchange cold storage for users, 8 to 10% of the supply. So a real world example, in 2019, researchers pegged that 46% of then circulating supply is illiquid. 46%. And it inflated the perceived market cap. So today, with more adoption like ETFs, 21 shares, Canary Capital, iBit, all those that have come to market, TOXR launching in December 2025, this gap persists but is widening as institutions move to offline vaults. And then if you haven't seen my XRPN video, check that out, because you got treasury companies like this Armada Acquisition Group merging with Evernorth. The ticker is XRPN on the NASDAQ. Check that out. They've already accumulated 500 million XRP tokens. So, there are billions disappearing here, guys. And then, you got like Vanguard and places, institutions opening up this investment opportunity for cryptos to the marketplace. It's kind of a snowball effect. We can just see you don't have to be a financial expert or analysis. You can use a little common sense and see where all this is going. Okay. So the demand is there. So we could potentially see a price squeeze, right? Cross your fingers. I know $2, it sucks right now. But one of these days we may look back and say, daggone, why didn't I buy more at $2? I can't buy it. You can't buy it. I wish I would have bought more at $2. I don't have a crystal ball, who knows? But this gets into the percentage where we're getting like with cold storage. So holder behaviors, many are like you. It said, yeah, this is definitely true for others. XRP has a strong HODL culture, amplified by its utility and payments and ongoing regulatory wins. So the on-chain data shows. So top holders dominate, but often hold long-term, which is good. Like the top 20 wallets control 50% of the supply, mostly exchanges like Binance with 1.8 billion XRP. Okay, and then we got all the others, right? Coinbase, Kraken, Uphold, all these other exchanges. They've got some, and then there's Ripple affiliates. But even among these, much is custodial, held for users, or escrowed. Individual whales, like the top 1%, they hold between 50,000 and 50,000 and up XRP. That's crazy. If you got that many XRP, congratulations. I'm very jealous. They're increasingly shifting to cold storage amid the volatility. All right, the distribution skew. Smaller holders, like most of us here on YouTube watching this channel anyway, or people like me doing videos, we might hold under 1,000 XRP. It's just a tiny fraction. While mid-tier, like if you hold between 1,000 and 100,000 XRP, long-term investors, that's 7 to 11%. Only 0.01%. Here it is, guys. Only 0.01% of the global population, 1 million wallets, owns XRP. That's it. Okay, and many are committed hodlers. So Reddit threads and surveys echo this. People are buying daily and moving to cold wallets, expecting scarcity. All right. So recent trends, whales to exchange flows hit lows. 1,000 XRP a day in November 2025, and ETF inflows, 300 million plus XRP to cold storage, are tightening liquid supply further. This creates a supply squeeze where demand spikes could amplify prices, but it underscores your point, which I was asking earlier. Most of it isn't for sale right now. This is great news, guys. So I wanted to share this with you. If you own XRP, good stuff, right? The sentiment is definitely very good, right? Very greedy on the greed and fear index here, at least in the AI world of Grok. So I love it. Wanted to share with you guys. But what I wanted to talk about too, the cold storage is 0.01% of the global population, 1 million wallets owns XRP, and we're committed hodlers. So I checked into it to see what's the percentage of global population that hold Bitcoin in cold wallet storage. That percentage was 1.29%. So that's pretty small still. Bitcoin has a good way it can grow. 1.29%. We can definitely go up from there. Who's to say? Why couldn't we say 10% of the people couldn't someday hold Bitcoin if it's a true store of value or becomes a true store of value in the future and continues to grow? But what that does is look how that really enhances the point of the 0.01% of XRP holders. Okay, 0.01. So all the sentiment, all the good things going on for XRP, if we just get to the point to where Bitcoin is now, that amount of holders would grow 128x. From 0.01, we'd grow 128x just to get to where Bitcoin is and have 1.29% of the global population holding Bitcoin in cold wallet storage. So I thought that's just great news. I wanted to share, look at this math, and share some common sense with you guys. Like I said, not financial advice, just a person here on YouTube with an opinion, all right, reading Grok. But it's great information. I thought it would maybe highlight some good information to share with you guys. So it summarizes in Grok the bottom line. If you're trying to buy it all, because that's where we started out, building on our earlier chat, the illiquidity makes cornering the market move impossible than just the liquidity and slippage issues. So the available supply on exchanges might be as low as 5 to 10 billion XRP on a good day. All right, good day. It's going down every day based on the order book depths across Binance, Upbit, etc. And that is shrinking. If everyone with cold stored XRP decided to hodl harder, as trends suggest, you'd face not just price explosions, but outright unavailability. Okay, so good news for us. If you're holding XRP, it's great news. If you're strategizing around this, like for accumulation or risk assessment tools, like XRP scans, rich list, or Santiment's exchange flow metrics can give real-time snapshots. So it's saying, hey, we did a spot-on call with Grok today. Circulating supply is a starting point, right? But the real game is in the hodlers. What's your take on how this plays out with ETF launches? Great stuff, guys. So I just wanted to share that with you today. Hope everyone has a great Christmas, getting ready for it anyways, and I hope to see you soon. All right, take care.